Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, finally, January 17th. And today we will cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY, CONY, NVDY, MSTY, and AMZY, and maybe a little bit more. So I have some good news and bad news. The good news is the spreadsheet that myself, well, mainly a friend of the community, has been working on for me is pretty much done, and it's for the intraday view. So you can take a look at that. Hopefully it's a little more explanatory and helpful. Again, still work in progress. Maybe I'll start highlighting things to help you guys, see things differently. It's easier to view versus just a picture when it comes to the intraday trades. And this is the intraday trades that you see here. The bad news is YieldMax website did not update their holding information. So when I cover the funds that I normally cover, it's going to be a little harder to see where we stand, especially on the big on the last three. So keep that in mind. All right. So that being said, I'm just going to go, down the line using the new intraday trade file. It is Friday after all, right? So I'm sure some people are curious how some of the other funds are performing. I did say I'm going to cover the others on the Saturday, but maybe I'll do some today as well. But either way, let's take a look, and we'll just start from the top, because right at the top is NVDY. So what did NVDY do? So you could see any buy to close, I colored in pink. Any put, I colored in purple. All right, and then I have obviously some values with colors as well. But what they do, a buy call, a sell put, right? A sell call, a buy call. So they added to their synthetic position, right? 3,250 contracts, right? You see right here. So that's the number of contracts that they added. Obviously, you see normally the intraday trades show a B for buy, or SS, which is short sale, which, just think of it sell, whatever. But basically they added to their synthetic position, and their synthetic strike is right here, 135, obviously, and then the other one shows a penny for whatever reason. But then they have, the call that they sold right here, 137, right? And then I have obviously the stock price right next to it now, and then I could show you the call, how far they went out of the money. So they sold a call for 137, and that's 2.53% out of the money, right? And that's something I normally have on the holdings, but it actually comes in handy today, especially because the holding information is not updated. So it looks like NVIDIA did not close any positions. They just added a new one, and they sold a call for 137, which is 2.53% out of the money. All right. But let's go to the holding spreadsheet anyway to see what we have, left over. So if we go to NVIDIA, it's right here. So as you can see the date. If you go to the holdings and you pull up the holdings, normally if they're updated, they would reflect the current day, right? Today's the 17th. So it would reflect the 17th, but it does not. So it's going to reflect whatever they had as of the day before. So again, since they did not close any positions, they added to their synthetic, right? So if we go back and you want to see what synthetic did they add to, if you go right here, 135. All right, so if we go back to the file, do they have a 135? Yes, right there. So they added to that synthetic position. So that would be, this number right here will increase once that's updated. So these positions here, they were not changed, right? They didn't close any of them, so they're still accurate. So we'll just go through them right now. Do any expire today? Let's see. If you go under QSIP, you can see the date. January 17th on the top part. The bottom two are for next week. All right, so let's look at the top. We have 18,000 contracts, 137 strike price, 2.53% out of the money. And then 61,572 contracts, 138 strike, 3.28% out of the money. So good spot to be in with one trading day. I think, they may be lucky. Who knows? We shall see. And then the other position for next week, 26,018 contracts, 2.53% out of the money. Unfortunately, yeah, none of this information is useful. Like the total net assets is not going to be accurate. The synthetic bailout is not going to be accurate. The out of the money should have been accurate because obviously the price of Nvidia should have been updated. So that should have been fine. Again, I'm only using, the information that's kind of useful here. But the 30-day IV, that should be accurate, 41%. The IV estimate is 70 cents based on that, and they declare again in 12 days. All right. Up next is AMZY. Let's go see if they had a trade. And they did. Okay. So AMZY, what did they do? All right. 4 transactions, as you can see. 12,345 contracts. That looks to be all of their contracts. So what did they do? All right. What did they do? Let's see. They did a buy to close. Let's go to that first one, right? We'll go right here. Buy to close. And what did they close? They closed the 227.50 strike price right here. All right. The price of Amazon looks to be around 220, or at least that's what it's closed at. So this should be a win, right? So if we go over here, they paid 15 cents per share, or $185,000. So that's a win. That is a win. Winner, winner, chicken freaking dinner. And then the other side of it is up here, right? Because that's the 117. And then they sold the call. That's the other piece of it, the call credit spread. Was that helpful? Let's see. Nope, because they got a penny. They got a penny, or $12,345, okay? So since they closed out the old, that means they opened the new, right? They essentially did a roll, right? They rolled the expiration further out, and they rolled the strike price. Let's see. They rolled it, what was the strike price? 227.50. They actually rolled it down to 225, all right? With an expiration date of next week. And 225 versus the current price of 220, that's 1.97% out of the money. Now, that's a little tough because that's a full week, four days. But still, actually, you know what? It is a full week because we have today too. So it's 5 full trading days, and they're 1.97% out of the money. I'm not really so sure about that. But again, it's a tough one. Actually, maybe I should add the yield on here too. I have ETF price. I'm not sure if that's relevant. I guess I'll let you guys tell me, but I'm trying to get the most bang for my buck on the one screen. But either way, this is how much they made for selling that call. It's $2.5 million, or 207 per share, right? So again, we have like formulas built in here, which is pretty cool. So, and then they did a call credit spreads, because you see buy call. So they did a buy call. They paid 40 cents, or $493,000. And they chose a strike of 232.50, which is 5.37% away from helping out. So that's AMZY. Now, the unfortunate part, it does look like they closed out all the contracts. So that makes looking at the holdings even more irrelevant. But at least we know how far out of the money they went, right, for next week. We know they won their trade, and they went 1.97% out of the money. So that's good. But I'll still go to the file and just see. So yeah, you see the 12,345 contracts, right? So that's that one, right? So they closed that. But I guess they still have the 320, which is a 222.50 strike price. Not sure why they left that one open, but that one expires today. It's 0.83% out of the money. So we'll see how that plays out. Okay. Now, Amazon, you see, is at 220. Their synthetics at 210. So that's a good spot to be in. Again, the total net asset value is irrelevant right now. And we can't use the synthetic bailout money to help anything because it's not updated. But the 30-day IV of Amazon is 36.33%. Based on that, their next payment could be around 52 cents. But again, they declare, way, way down the road, 26 days away on February 12th. Okay? Again, you got to make do with what's available. So I'm doing my best here. CONY is up. Again, see the holding information not updated. It shows the 16th. But let's go see if they had a trade. I believe they did. Skip over GUI for just 1 second. CONY, Yeah, they did a lot. Of course they did a lot. They're freaking CONY, right? So, what is some of the stock? Yeah, we could shrink the stock. Oh, no, they have numbers sometimes. Yeah. All right, I'm going to shrink column C. I'm trying to get a proper zoom here. You know, get everything on the page. You know what? Yeah, ETF price is kind of irrelevant. So let's keep that out. All right, so here we go. I think this is a better view. So first we're going to look at buy to close. Again, it's going to be a little harder to see what's going on with CONY because they have a lot going on. Buy to close call. All right, they closed the call for this week, January 17th, right? I'll click in order. See, buy to close. They closed it, obviously today's expiration date. And the strike price was $277.50. The stock price of coin is $281, closed at $281. So it's in the money, right? See the negative? That means it's in the money. They closed it a day early and took the loss. Not quite sure why, because this actually has a chance to win. But anyway, they took the loss. They paid $7.26 per share to close it, or $3.6 million. All right. The other side of it is the call that they sold. Again, remember, credit call spread, they sell a call and then they buy a call. So when they close that position, they pay to close the sold call, and then they sell the call that they bought. So right here, they're selling the call, right, that they bought, and this, they got money back, right? When you sell, you get a credit. They got 15 cents per share, or $75,000. What that does is it offsets the damage of this closure here. But again, should they have closed this early? Maybe, maybe not, right? If crypto continues to go up today, then this trade looks smart. If crypto goes down today, then this trade looks awful. But again, maybe this is just a small position of a larger position. I'm not sure, but let's see. Let's continue down the road. So those 5,000 contracts, real quick, they use them right away, right? If you look, we'll get the two trades out of the view. Now they sold a call with those 5,000, and they chose a strike price of 302.50. That is, if you look here, 7.41% out of the money. All right. So they sold a call 7.41% out of the money with a week left. I know my formula pops up on the bottom if I click a sell, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I should make it. Maybe I can make it, if it's a double click, it'll do that. I don't know. I need to ask you guys. You guys know more than me on this crap. But so the value, how much they made on that trade, they made $2.7 million selling that call. That's why we do options, right? We make money. However, they did do a call credit spread, which means they had to buy a call, same expiration, further strike price. This strike is $340, right? So the sold call is $302.50. The bought call is $340, and it's like a $37.50 gap. Weird number, but whatever. They had to pay $875,000 to open that position, essentially for their insurance. Will it be needed? I don't know. New administration who loves crypto, so maybe it will be needed. All right, again, here's the other four. A buy to close again. They closed at what? They closed the call, $277.50 strike price. Again, that's a loss. But they still had today, so who knows what would have happened. But they took the loss. They paid $867 per share, or in total $4.3 million. And then for the insurance of the call credit spread portion of it, the buy call that they bought, they got $100,000. Whoopie freaking do, right? So again, that's a loss. All right, they lost money. Not sure what else to tell you. 5,000 contracts, though. New position. Here we go. Is this going to be a good one? Let's see. They're selling a call for $302.50, right? $302.50, and that's 7.41% out of the money. Yeah, so could be good, could be bad. I don't freaking know. We shall see. I can go back to the sheet, but again, they closed the 5,000 contracts. We see coin is at 281. They didn't touch their synthetic, but 281 is at least above the first synthetic, so it's really just two gold diggers now versus the three, so that's a positive. And we saw they closed 5,000 contracts, right? What was it? What strike did they close? There we go. 277. Yeah, so they just closed the 277.50. I don't know. And that's up here, right? So they closed that. You can see there's 10,000. So that's a goner, right? So they still have the 280. So let's cover that. That's 9,565 contracts, 280 strike price, and that's 0.58% in the money. So it's not really a good spot at the moment, but hey, they're going to let it play out, it looks like, which is good. So if coin does go down any sign of red today, they'll probably close that out. Now, trades for next week, these are all for next week. Let's go down the line. We can tell you what's outstanding. They got 5,000 contracts, 290 strike price. Where we at? Yeah, 2.97% out of the money. Sorry, I'm out of sorts with this, no holdings thing. It's messing me up. 6,840 contracts, 292.50 strike price, 3.86% out of the money. And then 8,000 contracts, 295 strike price, 4.75% out of the money. But that's all for next week. So, we'll see how that plays out. Obviously, big day, big week next week. So markets close Monday too. So we'll see how this all develops. Again, can't really cover the information above because if you look at the holdings, still not updated. I forgot to talk about the prices. I will cover that after real quick. All right, so 30-day IV of coin is 77.53%. IV estimate, 79 cents, and next declaration is 19 days. I didn't cover the price change because, again, this is all screwed up today. But coin for yesterday, it did go up 2.38%, and CONY went up 1.81%. So they captured 76% of the upside. AMZY, let's take a look what they did. Amazon went down 1.22%. AMZY went down 3%. But of course, they paid a distribution. So, on ex-dividend date, we can't really, explain how much of the upside they captured because they dropped much more than the underlying. And then Nvidia, of course, they went down 2%. NVDY went down 1.22%. So, it's obviously Nvidia good. Nvidia did much better, 61% better than Nvidia yesterday. So those are the three. So we covered the three. And then we'll go back to the intraday trades. And I'm going to go real quick to see what the others are doing since we're already here. All right, buy call, sell put, sell call. So basically, GUI added to their synthetic position. They sold a call that's 2.38% out of the money for next week's expiration. We talked about CONY. MSFO, they did a buy call, sell put, sell call for next week. They sold a call for a 432.50 strike price, 1.87% out of the money. DISO closed out some positions, and you could see here 4 cents, 7 cents. That's a win. So they won their trades, and then they opened new positions for next week, which is good, right? So next week's positions, you could see here's one. They chose a 109 strike. That's 2.39% out of the money. And then here's another sold call. They chose a 109 again, 2.39% out of the money. So SQ or SQY, SQ is the underlying. They did a buy to close, so they closed a call 210. So that's probably a loss, unfortunately. But yeah, they closed out their call. Look at the strike. It was 85, and the current stock price was 86. Yeah, so they just lost that one. But they opened a new one. They sold a call, and they chose an $88 strike price, 1.88% out of the money for SQY next week. MSTY is just shit, and it's shit. But let's see. Buy to close. Yeah, they won because the stock goes down, right? The underlying goes down. Of course, if they sell calls on this, they got to get this fund out of here. And then they sold a call for next week, 35.50 strike, 5.15% out of the money. AIYY, buy to close. Wow, they got their ass handed to them here. Buy to close. Yeah, buy to close call. I'm not sure what's going on with this funkiness here. So it looks like maybe they had an uncovered call with a strike price of 39. AI is at 32. Wait, so that would have won. Never mind. This is just them. It looks like they got assigned, actually. It looks like they got assigned, so they had to pay for 100 shares. All right, whatever. But they sold a call, the one call. Yeah, forget it. That was a waste of time. MSTY. All right, what do they got going on here? MSTY's got a lot going on, right? But first, we see the buy to close. All right, buy to close, 950 contracts. So what they do? They paid $15.85. That's not good, right? If you look at the strike price, it's $3.50, and the stock price, right, is $3.66. They got blown through, 4.55% in the money. So obviously, we lost $1.5 million. See, the good news is you could see that now through the intraday trade, view. So again, I'm going to think of a way that we can easily cover the various funds. Again, more quickly. Obviously, this video is not quick, but again, we'll learn as we go. So they lost the 950. They opened a new position for next week. Here it is. Sold a call, 395 strike, 7.72% out of the money. And then up here, what they do? They did a buy call. They did a sell put, a sell call, buy call. So they added to their synthetic 1,350 contracts. They sold a call for 395 strike, and that's 7.72% out of the money. All right. So let's go to our MSTY file. By the way, we skipped over TSLY because TSLY didn't have trades. All right, so here is MSTY. They added 1,350 contracts to their synthetic position, right? And it cost them a decent amount of money, 6 to 7 million, because MSTR is currently at 367, and the strike price of this synthetic is 315. So obviously, adding to this position makes it a valuable position because it's 16% above the underlying price. This expires in 36 days. Should they roll it? Again, I think they're going to roll it during this new 4-week cycle, but we shall see. All right, let's see what happened here. MSTR went up 1.69%. MSTY went down 5.77%. Again, why did it go down? You guys can guess. It was ex-dividend date. So, of course, on ex-dividend date, the fund will drop by the amount of the distribution plus or minus movement in the underlying. The underlying went up 1.69%. So, obviously, MSTY would have went down more had MSTR go down more. But since MSTR went up, it doesn't look as bad, right? MSTY only went down 5.77%. All right? Does that make sense? Good. All right, so now let's go to here. All right, so holy crap. Man, oh man, they got a lot. All right, this is nuts. All right, so here's the 950 contracts. I just want to show you that first. They closed it out, 1585. We know the value, right? They lost the trade. So that they closed that out, and I could show you down here, right? Here's the new one. Oh, I didn't even make the grid lines on the new one. Yeah. In a rush yesterday too. But yeah, so anyway, I'm just gonna go down the line from top to bottom on what they have open for this week and for next week, okay? Let's do this. All right, so first off, they have a bunch of contracts at 370, right? About 30,000 or so contracts, 370 strike price. That is now 0.82% out of the money. 0.82. That's close, man. We need MSTR to chill. Just chill out, MSTR, man. We want to win our trades. We don't want to get blown through. But we'll see. I'm happy they let that one ride out because there's a fighting chance. Now, this position, 5,677 contracts. This is a 365 strike price. Our break even on this one is 373.40. MSTR is currently at 367. So right now we're in a winning position. Of course, this is assuming they let this ride out until 4 o'clock today. Keep in mind, there's some time value left in the cost of closing it early. Like if you close this position at 9:30 a.m. or 10 a.m. in the morning, it doesn't mean you're gonna win, right? It doesn't mean it's gonna be cheap just because our break even says so, right? Because there's a lot of there's time value left in that premium, right? There's a possibility of movement in either direction, so that it's not as cheap. But if MSTR goes down further, right, further from 367, say to 360, then you could probably pay to close it early and get a decent price. But again, who knows? That's options. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a close one on that. Now, it looks like the rest of these are for next week, so we'll just cover them real quick. Again, next week would be a January 24th expiration, which is the Friday. 5,805 contracts, 392.50 strike price, 7.04% out of the money. Is that safe? I mean, of course it's not. Nothing's ever safe with MSTY. We have 1,100 plus 4,100, so do the math. Ready? 5,200 contracts, 395 strike, 7.72% out of the money. Then we got 1,350 plus the 950, right? So they both have a 395 strike. I know I didn't color code it. I didn't do the grid lines. I'll fix that today. Those are 7.72% out of the money. All right. So those are all the trades. I know it's a lot. And unfortunately, outstanding share information, I get that from the holdings. So since the holding information was not updated, I did email YieldMax peoples, but hopefully they get back to me soon. But at this point, it's irrelevant. So I'm just, because I'm doing the video now, so it doesn't matter. But we'll hopefully, by tonight and tomorrow, everything will be good and we'll have a good Saturday morning video. 30-day IV for MSTR is 98%. It was 100. What the heck happened? Dropped 2%. Outstanding shares, again, that's not properly updated, so we can't really talk about that. But the total net income, I mean, that sucks, right? We lost 18.8 mil. Not a good start. So hopefully things get better. Reaction, I didn't get to update the reaction, but this is, in fact, still true. It's going to be an uphill battle until we could turn this into a profit. Group D will declare again in 26 days on February 12th. Payment information. Again, we're, kind of in the hole, I guess you could say, already in total net income. Our total net income is a loss of 5.7 mil because we lost 18 mil on the weeklies, right? But it turns out they probably made the better move closing out some of those for a loss because MSTR, it did not ever flip back red, right? It seems to keep going green as we lead into the inauguration. Synthetic income, 13.1 mil. So again, that's, Now, if we look at the IV, we said the IV was around, it rounds up to 99%. So based on that, 220 would be the next distribution. Outstanding holdings, you can see, still not updated. So again, there's stuff we can't talk about here. But they're synthetic. Again, it's a 315, doing well. But none of this information is updated, so can't use it. I will, however, go right to the TSLY file. TSLY 480, right? TSLY has a 480 synthetic. No trades, and currently they're 13% away from, Tesla price is 13% away from the strike of the synthetic. 36 days away. They may flip the screen. Hey, you never know, man. Looking good. 400, don't forget, they do have a 400 strike synthetic. That's doing good. It's 3% above that price. 36 days away for that one, too. Tesla went down yesterday and went down 3.36%. TSLY went down 2.41%. All right. Let's see what we can get in the picture here. I didn't even have my coffee either, by the way. I set up the coffee the night before. I put the water in, I put the coffee in. So I put the water in, or my wife did, and then I was doing the coffee. I put the filter in, but I didn't put any coffee in. So when I brewed it this morning, it was done. I went up to get it, and it was hot water. So yeah. And by that point it was 5 o'clock, and no time for coffee. So blame the holdings, blame the coffee machine if I screwed up, because I'm not my fully awake self, because at least that one cup of coffee does help me slightly, at least in my mind. All right. So what do we got here? Let me see. TSLY. Okay, so they just have these trades. For today, expiring today, big day, ready? 10,000, right? No, 14,195 contracts, 425 strike price, 2.7% out of the money. Ooh, okay. Today, one trading day, today. Stock market opens 9:30, closes 4 p.m. Can Tesla stay below the freaking 425? Can we win this trade? Let's hope so, right? Follow the price. 425, 425, 425, right? Stare at your phone. But I don't know. We'll check pre-market, see how it's doing, but we want to stay under 425. We need to stay under the break even of 432. Why is it the break even? Well, again, assuming closure at the end of the day, which eliminates all time value in the premium, right? Assuming that we take this credit that we got, 779, and then you would add that to the strike price. If, again, we do this if we have to. But again, that's how much we made per share on that. So if it closes, say, less than 432.79, then it realistically it should cost us less than 779 to close it, which would make this a win overall. Obviously we bought a call down below. That's another story. We kind of have to add that in, into consideration. However, to keep this simple, forget the break even. I like it to keep it there just in case. But let's just use the 425. We need to close under 425. All right, TSLY people? All right. Now, what else we got here? We got stuff for next week, 435 of 432.50. So 7,198 contracts, 435 strike price, 5.12% out of the money. And then we got 7,300 contracts, 432.50 strike price, 4.51% out of the money. Okay. Well, that's for next week, so we'll think about that then. Again, outstanding shares not updated, right? Because it would be right here, but they weren't updated because I don't have the freaking holding information. Sorry. 30-day IV, 67%. Outstanding shares, again, it's not updated, but we do have a loss of 29 mil. By the way, TSLY declares next week, which means Sunday morning I'll have a guesstimate. Of course, I did not update this reaction because it's actually still relevant, because we are waiting. Loading. We're waiting. Please wait. 425. All right, Group A declares next week, like we said. So what are they going to pay? Probably nothing, right? Because synthetic income is a loss of 61 mil. Short call income, that's a loss of 29 mil. They lost $90.8 million. That's the realized losses for the month or the 4-week cycle. So yeah, that's a disaster. So how much are they going to pay us? Well, they're not going to pay us based on income. So they will try to pay us based on their implied volatility of the underlying. The implied volatility of the underlying is 68%. And you multiply that by TSLY ETF price, divided by 13, you get 80 cents. So that's kind of what we're looking at for next week's declaration. All right, so as far as holdings, again, they got the 400, the 480, everything here we can't really talk about because, it's nothing's updated and it's annoying. So I'll move on. So that's TSLY. Now, since we have this open, I'm just going to keep going down the line. I know I said I'd do it Saturday only, but a lot of the funds, they do close their positions on the Thursday. So YBIT, let's see, about to close 100. It looks like they got assigned 100 share on one contract as well. That's freaking weird. All right, whatever. But they did do a buy to close here. So 135. 135. Short sell, sell call, 27.50. What in the hell? Where's the Oh, there's the expiration. Buy to close 135. Yeah, so they paid 135 if you look here. So they lost that trade. Because look how much they made on the new one, $1. So yeah. YBit lost their trade. GDXY, they paid 65 cents. Buy to close, yeah, they lost that trade because look what they got in the new. If I look at the new, and the new one pays out more than the old, and then typically that gives you the idea that they lost their trade. Fiat just bought a call of coin. Forget you, Fiat. Here's YQQQ, buy to close. Buy to close puts. What in the hell are they doing? And then they're selling new puts. All right. Again, this is why I don't cover those freaking inverse ones. All right. TSMY, buy call, sell put, sell call. So they sold a call into next week, 220, strike price 2.43% of the money. And they looks like they closed out a position. Let's see how much they paid. 1307. Yeah, they got their ass kicked. So TSMY losing trades. SMCY. Let's see. Buy to close. A call 350. 111. They probably won that trade. It looks like it was a forced closure because they closed out some of their synthetic. Palantir or Platy, they did a buy to close. 11,312 contracts. They paid about 263. Look how much they're making on next week's, right? 171 credit. So obviously 263 looks like a loss from what they got on the original credit. So Platy is losing their trades as well. Maro, buy call, sell put. What are they doing? You know, they're adding to their synthetic position and then they're selling a call, $19 strike, 3.83% out of the money, all right? And then they're closing the position that expired this week. They paid 7 cents, so it looks like they won their trade. And then down here, they sold a call, right? They sell the call, 64 cents per share. That's weak sauce. All right, whatever. It's 3.83% out of the money. Freaking Ulti, man. I'm not going to go through Ulti. But I will just look at the buy to close. 264, that's a loss. So they lost BLK. Buy to close, 13 cents. Won that trade. 30 cents. Won that trade. 625. Won that trade. And then there's Biggie. Can't you see? Looks like they lost the JP Morgan trade, but they won the others. Soxy. Again, I'm just skimming through. I didn't have planned to cover these. LFGY. LFGY is going to be a crazy one, man. So stay tuned for that. What else they got? Yeah, more LF. I don't know why, like, yesterday was the 16th, right? But for whatever reason, the file is pulling like 115 trades. I'm not sure why it's doing that. It's doing it on the website too. It's not just a Google Sheet thing. So, all right, guys. So that is all of the intraday trades, right? I will go now to the pre-market, right? So let's take a look at the pre-market. And we can refresh. What's our number? 425. All right, this is as of 5:51 a.m. Oh, crap, I'm running late. Tesla's up 0.63%, 416.44. Tesla's up 0.78%, 1429. Nvidia is up, 1.1%, 135.04. Nvidia is up 1.09%, 2235. Coin is up 2.35%, 288.26. CONY is up 1.89%, 1351. MSTR is up. Damn, it's up 3.44%, 379.62. MSTY is up 2%, 29.50. TSLL is up 1.28%, 28.55. TNA is up. I have 2 calls expiring today, one at 42 and one at 44. So I kind of want to keep them a little longer, but it's not looking good for me. Hey, whatever. It's 1.2% up, 44.03. AMDY is up 0.52%, 958. AMZY is up 0.64%, 1876. Bitcoin, holy crap, Bitcoin, 102,308. It's up 1.99%. BitX is up 4.13%, 6128. Saxo is up 2.8%, 3083. SMCI is up 1.45%, 3157. SMCY is up 1.2%, 2366. Palantir is up 1.5%, 7028. Platy is up 0.29%, 6211. TSM is up 0.47%, 215.80. TSMY is up 2.53%, 2030. And then Mara, look at you, it's up 3.01%, 1885. Okay. Whew. All right. I'm sorry, guys, that today's video was a little different. But again, they didn't have the holdings posted, so I had to cover it a little different. Then we got a little into the, the intraday trades of the other funds. So I do plan on doing that tomorrow as well, because again, it's Saturday, and a lot of people, or the majority of the feedback did say, can you please only do that on the Saturday? Again, am I going to do it on the the Friday morning too? I don't know. We'll see. But today's all screwed up, so I figured I'd just continue to screw up the video. Why the hell not? All right. So, as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, then I don't know what to tell you. Try back tomorrow. Maybe we'll do better, right? We do our best to entertain. But sometimes we fail. Of course, if you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. And if you have any questions or concerns, leave them down in the comments below. Oh, yeah. And then if you didn't subscribe, which I think there's a pretty high percentage of people who don't subscribe, the benefit of subscribing for you is you can hit the notification bell, and that way you know when videos come out. So that's the benefit. Outside of that, I guess there's no benefit. But YouTube knows, like, based on what you hit subscribe on, it gives you relative videos to that channel or other channels that are related. So obviously, if you continue to watch videos on a channel, it makes sense to subscribe. If you don't want to, I don't give a damn. I'm just saying, just trying to help you guys out, because it is what it is. All right. Outside of that, I got nothing. But it's Friday, freaking finally Friday. Work, of course, everyone works, right? Work. But we do this. We do the hustle. We do the dividends. We do the options. We do the YouTubes, so we can freaking retire early, or just do whatever the hell we want, right? So anyway, guys, if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you gotta say the key word. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. But today's key word is update the damn holdings. Update the damn holdings. Or update the holdings. Some of you probably don't want to say damn. So just update the holdings, YieldMax. Or shall we say, title, update the holdings. All right? Thank you very much. So again, yeah, if you're new to the channel, obviously, we do a keyword. We have a little fun at the end. Well, it's fun for me. I don't know if it's fun for you guys, but that's the keyword. You have to type the keyword in the comments so we know you made it through the end of the entire freaking video. All right? So good job. I'm proud of you guys. You made it, because it was a rough one, man. We were all over the place. We didn't know what was going on, but we somehow made it through. Hopefully we learned something along the way too. Yeah, that's it. Update the holdings is the keyword. I'm out of here. Let me upload this so I don't have, oh my God, it's almost 6 a.m. Let me upload this now. Hopefully we get this in before 6:30 a.m. so I don't get yelled at by you guys, and have a great day. All right, later.